Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode on the EaglePod. Today, we welcome Andi Mujollari as our guest. Andi is a second-year Master's in International Development Policy candidate at Duke University. He holds a bachelor's degree in environmental engineering and a master's of science degree in water and wastewater treatment and management from the Polytechnic University of Tirana, Faculty of Civil Engineering, and Andi is also the co-founder of a community structure called the Environmental Council of Tirana, which undertakes environmental initiatives of local public interest to solve common problems affecting the city. So thank you so much for being with us, Andi. How are you?
Thank you for having me, Lorena. I'm good. A lot of things
Great.
going on during this period.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least the weather is being nice, so this
That's
helps.
good. Yeah, that's good. So I kind of wanted to start this off by just having you introducing yourself. I know you've lived in Albania and you moved here. So you did your undergrad in Albania before you moved here for your master's. Like how is that all
Yeah.
for you?
For me, like my education life has been all over places.
Yeah.
It started in Albania. The Bachelor in Environmental Engineering started in
Mhm.
Albania, and then I did an exchange program in Riga, Latvia.
Mhm.
And then during my master, it was again my first master. It was Albania, and then it was Poland,
Yeah.
and then I came here at Duke for the master.
Okay.
Let me start by introducing
Yeah.
myself. Hello, everyone. I'm Andi Mujollari,
Uh-huh.
an Albanian passionate guy about environment, technical sciences, and uh, supporting like the one in need, mostly like working in development.
Yeah.
My journey has started early in time. I'm not at all, but the passion for the environment was there since I was a kid, mostly fueled from my father. And I had that dilemma in high school, like what do I want to do? What's going to be the next step? And to be honest, it was so hard for me to decide what major I should go in undergrad. And then I was thinking I'm gonna do a gap year, go in Africa, volunteer, do some stuff.
Yeah.
But then during the summer, I had the chance to do a summer school in it was in Porto, Portugal.
Mhm.
And when you are not surrounded by Albanian people that everybody tells what you have to do and
Yeah.
what you have to study and what is the best for you, then I think I found my space, and I thought, okay, I want to do something that will connect my brain and my heart. And it was environment and engineering, and that's how I chose environmental engineering.
Wow. Okay. So you've been all over. You said Poland. What was the other country? Latvia.
Latvia,
Latvia.
yeah.
And then how'd you end up in the US?
It's the first time that I came here was in 2018 for a work and travel program. There are some summer programs that you can do. You come here, you work,
Mhm.
and then you travel and you see like experience the culture and the environment. And I came in the first time in 2018, and I didn't like it because I was in a spot in Indiana in the middle of the cornfields.
Oh
You know,
my
there's an
God.
amusement
That's
park.
the worst
It
place to
was the
start.
worst experience, yeah. And then, but something that I'm proud about myself is that when I don't like something, I change it. I make it my own way, and I did everything. From there, I went to Chicago,
Okay, much
and I
better.
fell in love with Chicago, yeah. And then I went back after that experience. I came the next summer, like as a tourist, stayed a bit longer, and then when I left, I said, I tried US. I don't like the lifestyle. Europe is nicer. The food is better.
Yeah.
Everyone is around. And I left. But never say never. That's the phrase that I say to everyone, because I never thought I would come here back
Yeah.
in Durham to do a master in
Yeah.
international development policy. But it started like I went in 2019 and the big earthquake happened there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trained by the Red Cross for many years in disaster management. I said that, look, I'm one of your resources. I'm here to help. Use me in all the ways you need me. And I started the experience with them. And at the same time, because I was focusing a lot in mostly in humanitarian, not to leave behind the environmental advocacy and involvement, we together with two professionals created the Environmental Council of Tirana. So at the same time, we were also doing our jobs, but also keeping up with
Yeah.
environmental projects. And then I saw that when you are in the field as an engineer, you understand the problems, you write the reports, you address them, but you don't see change coming from the policymakers. And I
Yeah.
said, okay, I have to speak their language, you
Yeah.
know? And this is how I joined Duke, mostly to understand the policy making side, because I can easily translate my technical knowledge into policy making in the future. Yes.
Yeah, how has it, I don't know how the process of like applying to Duke's master program is for an international student. Was that simple for you, or did you have to take some sort of exam? I think it's the GRE here. No,
Everything.
you didn't have to, you had to take it or no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Uh, I have to commit that
Uh-huh.
when you have an incredible journey during the way, and
Yeah.
when you try to contribute in the
Hmm.
society that you are around, there are always, paybacks.
Hmm.
And this master here was kind of a payback for me for all the commitments and engagement that I have had. And this means that I'm here through a program which I'm sponsored. It's called Master Internship Program, founded by Albanian American Development Foundation.
Oh, I've heard of them. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
I
they
think I
do
follow them
amazing
on
work. Yeah, they do
LinkedIn.
amazing work when it comes to capacity building, training young professionals, and also uh, in transforming urban areas. And they facilitated me, but I
Mhm.
had to go through all the processes,
The
the
application
TOEFL
process,
or
interviews,
third,
yeah,
fourth
the
time.
personal statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The GRE for me was I had a mixed feeling about it because as an engineer I did great at the math part of it, but I did terrible when it came to the English section.
Yeah,
But it didn't affect it my overall scores
that's
to
good.
be here.
Yeah, I know. So, no, some people are just bad test takers in general
Yeah,
too. Like you can be genius in a variety of things, but when it comes to like sitting down, memorizing or learning how that test is built so you can like um properly finish with like a good score, and that takes a while. It's like a skill. I feel like test taking is
yeah.
a whole nother skill. um but that's good. Why Duke? Because I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and there's not many Albanians, I guess I've heard there's some Albanians in the Raleigh Durham,
Yeah,
that area
yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's just recently that I've like found out about this. But have you had like a good Albanian support group when you moved um to Duke is in Durham, so the
Yeah.
Durham area? Was there anyone to really help you out, or
Yeah, I will answer the first question first, and
okay,
then
yes.
and then this one. Why Duke? I don't know, to be honest. Uh, my I was accepted in Cornell,
Mhm.
University of Chicago, and Duke, and at the same time, I also applied for another program called Cheapening,
Mhm.
which sponsor you to do a master in UK. And I had also United College London. I was
Oh
accepted
wow.
also there. That's one of the best schools
Yeah.
when it comes to my field. And the Chicago was chosen because it's also a very good school, and I had the community there. I have lived before, and I had people.
Mhm.
Cornell was a bit too far, so isolated. So it was a no since the first moment. And it was Chicago, Duke, Chicago, Duke. But I was feeling it. Duke was calling me when when you had
Yeah.
that
It's just
energy,
that gut
yeah,
feeling, like
the
an
gut feeling,
instinct. You're
yeah,
like,
that gut feeling. And I said, okay, if I go in Chicago, it's going to be way more easier for me.
Mhm.
I will have my support community that
Yeah.
I already know, but this also um, the negative part of it, because you will be stuck with your community and you will not have the full experience of coming to US as a graduate student. And I
Yeah.
said, let's go to Duke, and I'm here.
That's awesome. I think
And
it's you have that like adventurous spirit,
yeah,
just like
yeah,
want
yeah.
to explore a variety of
There
different
is
things.
no comfort zone
Yeah. Yeah, no
with
comfort
me.
zone. That's a good thing.
And when it comes to supportive community,
Mhm.
I had a friend that was previously at Duke,
Mhm.
and she helped me navigate mostly the housing part.
Yeah.
But with me was also Alban, another Albanian
Mhm.
fellow that we came here at the same year. He was studying law, and because he had to come here a week before me, he dealt with most of the part of
Yeah.
finding the house. I
Yeah.
was supporting, but I was very lucky to have him, and I said, choose whatever you want. I'm okay with everything, and we lived together for that year.
And now let's take a break with our fun fact of the day. We're honoring George Castrioti. It's his birthday on May 6th today, so Albanians celebrate George Castrioti, also known as Skanderbeg, as a national hero. He led a rebellion against the Ottoman Empire in the 15th century, and for over 2 decades, he successfully defended Albania from the Ottoman conquests. His resilience against the Ottoman Empire served as an inspiration for other Albanians to fight for their freedom and independence, and he's considered a symbol of Albanian nationalism, and his legacy is still celebrated to this day. So you graduate from Duke this spring. Any plans after graduation? Do you want to stay in North Carolina, go back home?
Uh, Good question. And this is what adds the pressure during this months. I really wanted to do the short time experience here, because I think it has a different weight when you finish Duke and you start working in US than finishing Duke and going directly back to Albania.
Yeah.
And what I recommend for everyone is that Albania is always there.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever happens, the plan, whatever if happens, really whatever happens,
Yeah.
Albania is gonna be there. You're always gonna have a supportive community and things to do. So
Not much change in Albania, is what you're trying to
it's
say.
a, it's a, it's it depends how you see it.
Okay.
You know, things change, but it's your home, it's your place.
Yeah.
You know, you will always find something to do. And this is why I want to challenge myself, is like to also try to see how I can fit in the professional life in the US. Okay, I did the internship during the summer. It was amazing, and some discussions about offers after I graduate, but still I don't have a plan that I can share.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, still something that you have to know about me is that working in disaster management
Hmm.
makes you very productive under high pressure,
Okay.
which means that for me, I'm a very last minute person. Everything happens in the last minute.
Yeah.
The deadlines I submitted at
Yeah.
11:59. I can start working like 2 hours before without. I
Mhm.
don't get stressed about it. At the same time, you have to prioritize time. You have to know your abilities.
Mhm.
And for me, everything happens in the last minute. So I
Yeah.
know in the last minute, I might have a good offer and
Yeah.
like make
You just might
mistake
change your
for
mind
another
just
year.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. The way how it's studying abroad
Hmm.
helps you, at least for us in Albania, that family, we are so close to the family,
Yeah.
and
I have a
everything.
hard time leaving.
Yeah, yeah. It's that it's not that, but it's also everything is provided. You don't have to cook, you don't have to think about who is washing my clothes and things. And this is in the first experience, this is the reality that you have to face, you know? Okay, face calling, FaceTiming your mother and saying how I can make this dish or how I can make the other one. It's how you can navigate the people, society, who to trust, who to not trust,
Mhm.
with whom to share the house, with whom not. There are some hard lessons that you really get when you go abroad. You
Mhm.
you never think about, budgeting your month
Yeah.
when you are in Albania, because there is a financial provider there that even if you fall short, you have your family
Yeah.
family that supports you. But it changes when you are abroad. I think it grows you up. It
Yeah.
it makes you, it prepare you better for the life.
Yeah.
And for now, for the what I say to everyone is that I can navigate Durham and Duke very easy now because of these two previous experiences. But it's not the same with uh, students that came here for the first time from Albania directly to Duke. It takes too much time for them to get familiar with the environment, to adjust, to adopt. And what I suggest is that to everyone, try everything.
Yeah.
You will never know. You will never know what you end up liking and doing in the future. Try everything. At least, you know what you like and what you don't like. And every experience add into your like, let's say, into your skills, into your knowledge, into the way how you will navigate life in the future.
Yeah.
The way how I see it is that there are plenty of opportunities,
Hmm.
but we don't see it.
Yeah.
It's how far our vision can go, and
Hmm.
you will never know if you don't start doing it. And another way that I always say to also my Albanian peers, like the volunteers of the Environmental Council that I try to push to do everything, or the volunteers at the Red Cross, is that you have to create your opportunities. You have to create it. There is no one coming to you and saying, look, you are great, I want to offer you this,
Yeah.
because it's so much competition, it's so
Mhm.
much people in the same age,
Mhm.
going through the same fighting, I mean,
Yeah.
applying for the same spot, for the same experience. And you have to make a difference. But how can you make the difference?
Hmm.
And there are always people. I think you need at least one person to believe in you.
Just
That's
believe
it.
in
That's
you.
all you
Yeah.
need.
Yeah.
If you have one person that can be that at least has had the experience before you, that
Yeah.
knows how the sky looks like a level above,
Yeah.
you can use that person as a mentor or as a guide,
Hmm.
so that you can raise up your scale as well.
Yeah.
Which means that for everyone out there, try to find this person. Try to find this person that can be very helpful, that can be very supportive, that can give you the hard advices even when we don't want to hear it,
Yeah.
because that's the other part.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing great, everybody likes me, okay, I'm very well here in the environment that I am, but how many other things can be out there that you can improve yourself, that you
Yeah.
can you can really really thrive.
Yeah.
And this starts with our families. This is the other point that you mentioned, that they want us, we use in an expression, my sister used an expression for our mom. She said, you want your kids around your dress, just to have them very, very close.
Yeah.
But this makes us incapable to live our lives. We
Yeah.
grow with their insecurities. We try to satisfy their desires, their needs, the way how they project us. Oh, you have to be a doctor, you have to be an
Lawyer.
engineer, a
Doctor,
lawyer.
lawyer.
Yeah, my mom was like pushing me so hard to become a lawyer. I was like, I'm not the person that can stay that long in school and study for that thing. No, thank you.
Yeah.
And uh, it's not easy. It's
Yeah.
not easy even to try to face the way how your family,
Hmm.
affects you. If you have one person that can really support you, get out of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
But what I say is that someone, we don't have to have that person in our family. It might be a friend, it might be
Mhm.
someone we know, like an employee or professor that can really help us to see that horizon, like that is above us. And these are the persons we have to look for, and try to connect and navigate.
Yeah, I agree. It's external, but also just to add to your point, I feel like for me growing up, it was more external with just like having friends or family that was like, "Oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you explore this?" Because I was just figuring life out. Like I don't know, as a kid, like you don't really know
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
heck you're doing. So but I feel like over time though, it becomes internal as well. So like it's nice to have your families and friends support, but also sometimes it's like you grow up in like living the same way, seeing the same issues day to day, and you just get so overwhelmed and you kind of reach the point where you're like, I can't live like this. And that's like your breaking point and you're like, okay. And like all that really motivates you is you yourself, just knowing what you want to contribute to the world. And I think intrinsic motivation is just even better than anything else, and it lasts you your whole life because it's like you really believe in this um issue or solving this problem, or you have this great idea and you're really passionate about changing the world, and you just keep going from there, and like you just go all the way up and no one can ever you don't need any external validation or anything because you're like, I have this vision and I know what I want to accomplish and achieve, and you just kind of go for it. But how many people really reach that, like, how many people really get to the point where like, I can't do that, I can't live like this anymore, you know? Like, I
yeah.
don't know if that's like a personality thing or I don't know.
That's my point. It's very interesting the way how you describe it.
Yeah.
But the analogy that I can add to it is that,
Mhm.
okay, it has to go like really bad for someone to
Yeah.
really had that gut feeling. But there's no the journey is not always, like hard.
Yeah.
You'll have
Ups
good
and downs.
times,
Yeah.
you will have like that will make it enjoyable. So it's gonna be hard. Not everyone achieves that melting point that said,
Yeah.
okay, I don't like this anymore. I'm gonna make my
Yeah.
own way out of it. So this is the trade-off with it. It might happen, but it might not. And
Mhm.
when you start at an early like stage of experimenting and trying to see, because everyone needs a validation in their adolescent life, like
Yeah.
teenage life, need someone to be there for them and that can show them how they can grow.
Yeah.
It's just it starts more naturally,
Mhm.
and at the point that you go through these experiences, of course you're going to have that self-confidence, and you do you think I need a validation from someone right now?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, no, no. But I had my sisters, I had my sister that
Yeah.
studied abroad before me, and they were like, okay, we know your capacity, we know your potential,
Mhm.
and this is what we're losing
Yeah.
by not applying, by
Yeah.
not taking this extra course, by not doing this extra thing. So this is, I think, everyone should have a map and then make their own decisions how to navigate and where to go.
So you mentioned, you kind of briefly talked about co-founding the Environmental Council of Tirana. Like, how's that been going? Can you just kind of elaborate a little bit more on that and any current projects that you're currently working on?
Yeah. It started very, how to say, we were young professionals that we know that we were doing interesting stuff, but we didn't have the link together. So let's say Lorena is doing a project for this water, let's say water sanitation, but I never knew that you were doing it until I heard from someone else or saw something.
Yeah.
So with two other very uh, smart and talented women. We started a community based. It was more like a networking thing, like at least we know what's going on, what we are doing, and how we can support each other. But it started to drag a lot of attention, and a lot of, let's say, people express their interest to be part of it.
Yeah.
And it came to a point that the potential was so high of this group that we could not even just like let each other know what we were doing, but we were thinking, okay, let's do something together. Okay, let's collaborate. Let's bring this change, whatever we don't like. And it started as a way of contributing back to Tirana. There are a lot of things that doesn't go well,
Yeah.
but I cannot wait for the government to change everything. Government is going to take its own time. It's
Yes.
way more bureaucratic. I'm not going to spend my life complaining, oh, this has to be changed, but they are not doing it. If I can do it myself, I'm going to do it. If I can support the government to do it, I will do it. And now the Kamatak, Shili Medisor Tirana, or
Yeah.
Environmental Council of Tirana, has 25 organizations, professors, experts that are part of the working group, and almost 200 volunteers that express their interest to be part of it and to be engaged with different projects. Right now, I have two projects that I'm managing. One is revitalization of urban gaps in Tirana. There are two neighbors that they had some urban areas that were totally forgotten and
Yeah.
like used for car parkings. And what we did, we transformed them
Okay.
180 degrees, put some and created an let's say an environmental friendly area that can be used by everyone living in the community. It doesn't matter of the age groups. We put some playgrounds for kids,
Yeah.
brought some artists that did
Oh, that's
mural
nice.
art,
Yeah.
made some spots for the old age that used to play chess and
Mhm.
be under the shadow, donated some bikes, this kind of things that we can do with our small capacities, and some small funds that we can attract. The other one is, and this is when we really want to make a change. There's so much potential to the Albanian youth, but the education system doesn't, uh, let's say, I want to be diplomatically correct while saying this. The education system doesn't train, it hasn't trained me as well,
Yeah.
how to think creatively, how
Outside the
to
box.
how to do things, how to start things, how to if I have an idea, how can I transform it into a project, you know? And with this project we went to the Polytechnic University of Tirana, which was my former university, and some other schools, and we invited students that have ideas in the energy sector and want to transform them into a project.
Okay.
And we did a workshop a couple of days at the IT Mountain with experts, teaching them how to write a project, how they can frame their idea, how they can apply for funds. And we came out with three amazing ideas. One is how to produce it's called a solar tree.
Okay.
It's an metallic installation that instead of the leaves has solar panels,
Oh my
and
God, that's cool.
generate electricity. It also provides free Wi-Fi and charging spots and has sitting benches.
Uh-huh.
So this is one of the leading project ideas, and we are seeing ways where we can get some finance to go to the next step of building it.
Yeah.
The other one is how there are speed breakers. If you know, in Albania,
Mhm.
in urban roads, there are speed bumpers,
Yeah.
so you can slow down.
Yeah.
And if you this idea was how we can create a speed bumper that can generate electricity from the movement.
Oh my
Car
God.
goes on top of it. These are small electricity amounts, but you can use to,
Yeah,
let's say,
still.
to light a light or a sign or a battery.
Yeah.
And the third one was in one of the areas in Tirana, in Don Bosco. When we have heavy rains, it gets flooded. And this idea was how to build a basketball field
Mhm.
that during the rainy seasons can work also as a water tank and keep the water inside the
Yeah.
tank until and not flood the streets. And with this project, we have had a meeting with the Embassy of Netherlands in Albania because they
Mhm.
are the best when it comes to water management.
Mhm.
And we are also discussing ideas how we can finance this in the
Implement
future.
that. Wow, those are amazing ideas. This, is there anyone that's like who has kind of supported you throughout everything that you've done?
Yeah, good question. When I mentioned of having someone that really believes in you,
Yeah.
I had the chance to have these people inside of my house, my family.
Yeah.
Uh, my father has been always like, if you want like to study, go like Australia, whenever. He was so supportive when it comes to gaining knowledge, learning, trying to understand how the things I was interested in works. And he always has fueled my curiosity. I have two big sisters, Edma and Anissa, and we are so connected together. We are so close. And Edma was the first from our family that did the MBA abroad in Brussels, and she has been the most supportive person, showing me like the my potential and showing me the ways how I can, get out of that small environment, capsulated environment that is in Albania and make my own way. And she has been, and we always like make solid and strong conversation together because at the times that I was applying, she would never help me. She would say, okay, write your motivation letter yourself.
Yeah.
In the end, I will have a look at it and I will give you my comments. And I hated it, because I wanted her to participate more, to
Yeah.
help me to write it. But now I know how much that helped me, because when you have someone that does the things for you, you don't learn to do it yourself. So this was my hard way of having a person that was motivating me, but not uh, really helping me to reach there. She was like,
Yeah.
just okay, this is the picture, how it looks like. If you want to see it, come up here yourself.
Yeah.
And my mother and my other sister, they have supported me a lot when it comes to trust and to the soft skills and to gain, that not the ambition part of reaching out, but the emotional intelligence, and how to navigate people and how to 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 be with people.
Yeah.
And this was the first nuclei, the first cell. But then after that, with the Environmental Council, there were a lot of like-minded people that one of my friends, Rodon, he was the one that he said, "And you are the perfect candidate for this fellowship that I'm doing here right now." He said, "And I support you. I like you have to apply for it, also for cheating." He was pushing me so hard, and I was like, "Okay, I have
That's
to do it.
amazing.
Let's apply." And it came to a point that because he was sending me messages, have you applied? Send me the resumes. Let me check. Let me see what comments I have. Even if I didn't want it to do it, there was someone on the other side waiting for those documents. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, no, I have to do it only
Yeah.
because he's invested so much of his time for me, like
You don't want to
to
let your friend down. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and okay, and I applied, I win at both of them, and we are so close friends now together, and we also had another one from MIDP, from the Environmental Council, the other co-founder, to navigate the environment as well. She's doing the cheating program now in England.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
It's
Wow. Yeah.
supporting mechanism for everyone.
Yeah. So it's just always nice when people are always looking out for you and you as well to them. You just like helping support each other, reach success. And when you finally do, you're like, oh, we all did this together. Team
Yeah.
effort. Yeah. So kind of my last question before we move on to our last segment of the podcast. What's the best piece of advice you have for students? We kind of briefly, you had so many great advice this episode, but I guess one of like the biggest main one that you helped you in your life.
Uh, no pain, no gain.
Okay.
Nothing comes easily.
Hmm.
Nothing comes easily. And we are so manipulated from the environment, from the reality we see in social media.
Hmm.
That's not real life, you know, and the social media really, let me find the right word,
Influences.
demotivates the youth, you know, because if I start posting something now, they'll see, oh, he's lucky, look where he is, you know, but they don't see the hard part of it. And this is what I suggest to everyone, like to do some detoxing from these social medias, you know, a month, delete the app. For example, when I'm here studying, I delete the app because I cannot
Really?
focus, I cannot concentrate.
Wait,
When I'm
no
traveling,
social media at all.
no, 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 not at all. Is that try to understand, you know, where you want to be and
Mhm.
navigate the ways how to go there. You know, no one will like offer you something because you are the son of this person or
Yeah.
that it used to be this way in Albania back in time, but you know, I can give you a short example that it's your decision how you want to go into the top, by steps or by the elevator.
Yeah.
But if you fall by steps, you're gonna fall a step back, you know, and then you will start again from here. If you jump to the top by an elevator and you fall, you will crash down and you will never, you
Oh,
know,
that's a great analogy.
yeah, you will never had the chance to start the journey again. So the final step is that get out of your comfort zone, try everything, do the best every day, do something, you know, every something small that can make your life better.
Okay, well, now we're gonna kind of switch over to the last segment. That was great, great advice. Very inspirational and motivating. But this last segment is the rapid fire round. I'm gonna ask you five fun questions. So just relax and just have you
Let's do
answer.
it.
Okay. Favorite Albanian dish?
I made it burek last night,
Wow.
so
Awesome.
yeah.
All right. Coffee or tea?
I've never drank coffee, and
No
I never
way.
tea. Yeah,
You've never had coffee as an Albanian?
never. I'm an outlier, even in my family.
Not even a taste?
No, I don't even drink cappuccino, nothing that is coffee related.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Favorite Albanian song?
Hmm, good question. I like more the rock music
Okay.
produced in Albania,
Hmm.
and Grupi Troja is one of the one that inspires me a lot, and I would say they do Mrtne Shako, I would say. Mrtne Shako is a very beautiful song written. Yeah.
Awesome. And then if money and time were no object, what would you be doing right now?
Right now, having a gin tonic somewhere by the beach.
Perfect. And if you could choose your name, what would it be?
Andy,
Oh, okay.
I'm okay with it.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you for being on the pod once again. I really enjoyed talking to you, And I know your story will inspire all of our listeners and viewers to aim high and never give up on
Yeah.
your dreams. And I'll also link your LinkedIn down below.
Yeah.
So if anyone has any questions,
I'm
feel
happy to
free.
support everyone. Happy
Perfect.
to support. Yeah.
And
I was supported, so
mhm.
I have to pass that through,
Oh yes,
That's
give
the
back to your
best thing. Yeah.
community. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then also don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment below. And okay,
Yeah.
any last
Thank you
words?
very much. It was a pleasure. I talked a lot. I didn't let too much space for you, but
No, I love it. I love it when our guests talk and keep going on.
yeah.
You are the focus of this.
Yeah.
So that was
Thank
great.
you. And good luck, and thank you for the job that you are doing, yeah? Because it's like the Environmental Council of Tirana,
Yeah.
we are everywhere, but
Yeah.
let's try find a way how to connect and to support each other.
Oh yeah, of course. Thank you.
Thank you.